I don't even need an intro. We just go straight into it. You feel me? Because we live right now, currently as we speak, man. You know what I'm saying? I know on YouTube you put a little intro, get the people all ready, but on Facebook, man, on Facebook they like to go straight into it. I don't know what's going on with these folks on Facebook. So no intro, gang. What else up with you guys? Hey, it is your boy. It is your boy West Coast, and we live in the building. Looks like we live on Facebook. We live on Facebook, YouTube, and we also live on Twitter. So what's up to all my Twiggers over there watching over there? I appreciate y'all for watching the content. And, hey, man, I got a special guest, man. I got a special guest. I said it 3 times, man. I got my boy Rome in the building, man. What's up with you, man?
What's good with you, man?
Oh shoot, man, we locked in, ready to rock. That's what it is, man. But yo, now that I didn't let y'all know who in the building, man, we also got some very special, important people in this comment box too, man. So I want to give a shout out to a couple people in the comment box. Rome, I don't know if your live is up. If it is, let me know, and we'll shout some folks over there. But if not, man, I'm about to let you know right now. We got Roger. We got Roger Smith in the building. What up, Roger Smith? We got Jason B in the building. What up, boy? I see you. We got Marcus Franklin. Marcus Franklin, what up, boy? I see you, man. I see you, man. Hey, YouTube, I ain't forgot about you. I'm about to get you up right now. I be slipping on YouTube. I ain't even gonna lie. Let me get YouTube straight real quick. Lil baby, I know you over there on YouTube somewhere. Marcus Franklin, what's up with you? Miss Cortez, hola. I was just talking to you. We was just talking a couple minutes ago. She was trying to get an air conditioner. It must be wherever in California she is. It must be hot. So, hey, what's up with you? We got Star Beezy in the house. What up with you, boy? I got my boy OG Cannon in the building. What's up with you, boy? I see you, man. Hey, you guys already know whenever West Coast goes live, there's 2 things you guys can do. First thing you guys must do is you must hit that share button. What is the share button? It's the share button is that button at the bottom of the screen and look like a Philadelphia Eagles nose. You know what I'm saying? Got a big old beak on the end of it. You know that button, man. Hey, Rome, now that I said it, you can't unsee it now. You know that, right? Every time you look at it, share button, that does look like an Eagles fan's girlfriend's nose. It does. I need you to hit that share button right now aggressively. I need everybody right now to hit that share button 1 time for every time the Cowboys have a Super Bowl. And then I need you to hit it 1 more time for 1 more Super Bowl. So what is that? That's a total of what? 6 shares. 6 shares mandatory on everybody. And then also, you all, throughout this show, we're going to ask that you guys also hit those monetary. What are the monetary? That means if you're on Facebook, I need you to hit that star button. If you're on YouTube, I need you to hit that super chat. But the super chat is on, boy. I need you to hit that super chat button. Why? Because that monetary, all it does is make sure that content like this continues to grow. You feel me? So I need every single body to participate. Hit that star button, hit that share button. And I got my boy Brian Smith in the building. What up with your boy? I see you, B. Smith. So, yo, we going to jump right into this. We already got a couple people, kind of tattling in. We're going to be on here really we're going to be about maybe an hour and a half. We're going to see what it really do. You know what I'm saying? But, yo, I'm going to tell you. My boy Rome, he makes great content. What up with you, Kendall? I see you. He makes great content over there on YouTube. Also on there on Twitter. Twitter is where I actually, where we actually, because this is what I tell you, man. To be my homeboy, we got to fight first. That's just what it is. I got to know. I got to see. Because, listen to me. Life is too short to not know if your homeboy know how to fight or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's too short. You know what I'm saying? So that's what, all my good homeboys, even Boss Cowboy and Jay Tuck, we had to get down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? We had to go up in the square, take our shirts off. He had to get his big blade out. I had to get my big blade, and we had to square off a minute. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to tell you the subject that we got, that was kind of the one that kind of piqued my interest. Is this whole CeeDee Lamb is going to be a number 1 receiver. Now, man, he made some great content. You can find it over there on the YouTubes of life.
Yes, sir.
Where can they find the video exactly? Where can they let them know?
Yeah, man. Look, I got plenty of CeeDee Lamb videos, but most of my content, pretty much all my content is on YouTube. I do a lot of interacting with people that support the channel on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? If you want to get at me, I do respond to people, so you can just holler at me on Twitter. I do have an IG, but it's kind of neglected, so we're gonna do better at that this year. But yeah, man, everything's on YouTube and basically just Cowboys fan talk on YouTube. Just type that in, type CeeDee Lamb next to it, and all my videos with CeeDee Lamb will come up.
Yeah, but that specific one, the specific one, specific. I'm 40 years old. I just said that. I just learned how to say that word specifically without messing my whole face up. Specifically was the video. I need you to tell me right now. And not even tell me, tell the nation, man, because the nation wants to know, man. Because right now, do the Dallas Cowboys have a number one receiver? And if they do, who is it, Rome?
It's not a question. It's CeeDee Lamb.
Okay.
It's not a question. CeeDee Lamb was drafted to pretty much any other team, any of the 31 other teams. He would have been the number one receiver in this league. He just happened to be drafted by the Dallas Cowboys that had a plethora of receivers at the time. Okay. So what we did is we strengthened the strength. We threw him in a slot. We continued to punish the league, at least statistically wise, for the first 2 years with CeeDee Lamb on the team.
Now, my question is this. With Amari Cooper off the team, we traded him back from a Lay's bag of potato chips. You know what I'm saying? Ruffles, to be exact. I got him right here. And you know what really sucks is we guys know that in 2022, they don't even fill the full bag up. So we actually traded Amari Cooper for a half bag of chips. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Party size. Praise God, it was party size, though. Now, my question is this. Now that Coop is gone, are you moving Amari Cooper on the outside or are you leaving him in the slot? What are you doing with CeeDee Lamb to get him? Because I'm going to tell you this right here. One thing Amari Cooper did for the Dallas Cowboys is he was good enough to attract double team. And what does double team do for younger receivers? It allows you to then be on thirds and seconds at best. Yeah, seconds at best cornerbacks. Now CeeDee Lamb is going to be a guy that's going to be that guy that we're going to have to ask. He's going to be the wide receiver that we're going to have to ask him to help the younger guys. I want to know, what are you doing this year? Maybe not career-wise, but are you moving CeeDee Lamb to the outside or are you keeping him in the inside?
No question. I'm moving him to the outside ASAP. I've wanted CeeDee Lamb on the outside before this whole thing with Amari happened. If you go back and watch some of my content from last summer, I was almost already ready to supplant Amari Cooper and put CeeDee Lamb at number one last year because I saw it coming before the team got to the point where there was friction and they wanted to move on from him. Okay. See, CeeDee Lamb is one of those things where Amari Cooper has he like a specialist. You know what I'm saying? He like a 3-point specialist or something like that. He has a specific skill set that is his calling card, which is route running. But I look at CeeDee Lamb as a more explosive type of player. And he has his strengths that Amari can't do neither. Because Amari don't high point the ball like CeeDee Lamb do. It's just not in his repertoire. CeeDee Lamb has shades of Des Bryant in him. He definitely has amazing run after catch. He had like 400-plus yards. I think like 450 yards at least in Yak last year after making the catch. He's a little bit more elusive, I feel like, with the ball in his hand. A lot of his highlights from last year are him getting the ball and making people miss. So he does have that attribute that I feel like Coop has had in his career, but lately I haven't seen him do as much as he used to. I just feel like they have different skill sets, not one making – it's not a down play or a slight to Coop. You know what I'm saying? I got nothing but respect for Amari Cooper. You know what I'm saying? I think he's going to do good in Cleveland. I just feel like now that sometimes when you have so much and so many people to get the ball to, you can't really see what CeeDee Lamb is capable of doing because you got to find ways to spread the ball to too many people. But now that we have finally gotten a chance that we're going to move, because CeeDee played outside in college. He wasn't just a slot receiver coming out of college. That wasn't his skill set. We just happened to take him. He wasn't even supposed to be there, if you want to be honest. He wasn't supposed to make it to 17. We just got lucky. You know what I'm saying? We took him. At the time, it seemed like a glutton of riches. Now that we ain't got Coop no more, it's perfect timing. So we're going to move him outside. We're going to let Gallup play on the other side. And then we're going to let Tober and Washington battle it out for who's going to be playing slot by the time Gallup get back healthy, I guess, like, week 8 or whatever, something like that. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be realistic, you know.
So you're under the, I mean, I like your not necessarily analysis, but I like your conversation on CeeDee Lamb because one would think that, you know, there are things about CeeDee Lamb that Amari Cooper could do. I mean, there are things about that Amari Cooper could do better. So I think the biggest nag that I think fans have between CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper is we were kind of put in a position where we had to choose between the two of them. And it's like I don't think that like we should have had to. We could have kept both of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could have been in a situation where you could have had both of them. You still could have
Oh
moved.
yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
Mike, in my opinion, even like I'm gonna tell you this, like even if Amari Cooper is on this team, I'm still gonna move CeeDee Lamb to the outside and move Amari Cooper to the inside because you want the route runner on the inside. You want him unattached to the offense to the line because it's harder to double team them. But the Dallas Cowboys, they are like we don't. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's common sense, but like some stuff that is common sense to other people just don't be common sense to the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, I think it's Kellen. Kellen is stubborn. But the best way to teach a stubborn person about why they need to open up their eyes and be more open to different ideas or different strategies is for them to fail. See, if Kellen doesn't have any failure, he doesn't think he makes a mistake.
Fact.
He spent his first 3 to 4 years being held up in the air like the golden boy, or he the next McVay. You heard the rumblings that people were whispering.
Facts.
And the best thing about what happened last year, and this isn't just for Kellen, this is for everyone that puts on that jersey all the way through the front office. Everyone got a chance to realize that all of our moves weren't perfect. You know what I'm saying? So everyone had to look themselves in the mirror, but especially Kellen, because Kellen's game plans, they do really well when the competition is even or greater. But when we get competition that might be a little bit better, he doesn't know how to strategize. He don't have a counter punch.
Facts.
Hey,
he
doesn't lean
away
from his.
What do you think about this? I told Tuck, I said, look, man, I said Kellen Moore has shown to us and proven to the organization that he's a great engineer. Like, when someone's building a building, like they call it engineering. The engineer actually creates the plans and develops on how it's going to be designed, right? But the engineer doesn't actually go out there and pick up a shovel. They don't actually pick up bricks and mortars and start actually building the building. That's the construction worker. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like Kellen Moore has proven that he is good at creating a plan, but he's not good at this word. And the word is application. Like, he is not good at the application, at actually applying that game plan. And it's like, sometimes like last year I told my people, like, man, I'm just not even gonna care what defenses are ranked anymore when we play them, because at the end of the day, Kellen Moore will go out there versus the 31st ranked offense and 31st ranked, rushing defense. I mean, and won't run the football. You know what I'm saying? And it's like they're common sense things that Cowboy fans see, and I think that's a great point that you bring up. But go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Well, I'll say this. This is the best way I can describe Kellen. Kellen is an offensive coordinator, obviously, but another way to look at it is he's an offensive strategist. Problem is, anyone that's good at strategy accounts for counter moves. You know what I'm saying? If you play chess or any type of game or anything that involves strategy, you always anticipate possible pitfalls.
Yes.
So that you can counteract them. His problem is this is where his youth shines through. You know what I'm saying? He's naive. Mm-hmm. He doesn't anticipate his plan not working. And I think that you gotta, everybody gotta get their lumps. He had to catch his lumps. Not only did his strategy not work and fail multiple times last year for him to probably review on tape, but he had to spend the whole offseason with people saying, you know what? Maybe he's not as good as he is.
Facts.
I mean, as good as he thinks he is. And the best thing about this is this. The NFL is short for not for long. I know you've heard that phraseology before. Kellen Moore is coaching for his possible head coaching future. See, he can't afford to go into this year being, let's say, too prideful to change.
Or question mark.
Because you can go from golden boy to yesterday's news in one season cycle.
Facts.
So he 2 years ago was like, Kellen Moore could possibly be up for a job. Remember? Mm-hmm. Philly interviewed him. No dice. This year he got fairly close, but he lost out to the job to the dude from the Niners. You know what I'm saying? That should have been a slap in the face in general, because it was another young offensive coordinator that just beat you out in the interviewing process.
And he beats you on the field. He showed that he can adjust, because San Fran had to adjust a couple times in that game too, if you pay attention to how the game went. They had times where things worked, and then Dan Quinn figured out a way to stop them, and they found a way to move the ball again. My point is,
Kellen Moore has had multiple times over the last 12 months where his genius has been, you know what I'm saying, let's just say, I don't want to say found out because he's still young and he's smart enough to be to where he's at. He does know football. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that his genius, that star was shining pretty bright. It's a little dim now. And if he has another season where he shows, okay, was it because if he has a season where he looks like he struggles, people are going to start asking, was it just the fact that he had so much offensive talent, anybody could have did it?
Facts.
Or is he actually good at offensive strategy? So I anticipate him coming in this year, realizing some of his mistakes. I anticipate him being open to letting his head coach peek in the door and let him know, hey, man, I've been here before. You know what I'm saying? Because as you know, Mike McCarthy, as much as people want to use him as a punching bag, Mike McCarthy has been doing small little nuanced things people ain't paying attention to let me know that this year is a little bit different than last year. Like the fact that I watched him in all 3 days of the draft. I seen him in the war room, active. The year before, if you go back and look at it, Mike McCarthy didn't even look like he got on the phone with none of the draft picks. He just was sitting there. This year, they said that he was actively letting them know what types of players that he wanted and pushing for certain types of attitudes because he's seen what it takes to win in the latter part of the season and in the postseason. So I'm just liking that. We all got our comeuppance. We got put in check. We got a chance to pick ourselves up off the ground. And right now we're in grind season. That's why I made a video not too long before we got on here talking about how I'm happy that it's been this quiet this offseason. Not the scandals. I'm talking about football-wise. I ain't been getting a lot of football quotes. I ain't been getting you know how the Cowboys do.
Yeah, I mean, quiet. The only pushback I would give you, Rome, is I wish that they were like this in free agency. Because I think the Cowboys put way too much value on having a young team. Because, like, man, I coach 6U and I coach 8U, and you know, there's something about having older kids, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's something about having older
experience.
Kids.
Experience is valuable. It's I don't even have to explain it.
And it's like, if you look at the teams that are advancing in, going to the tournament, the teams that are going on and teams that are moving on, these are teams that are older teams, you know what I'm saying, or teams that have, but I mean, I just think the Cowboys, man, I love the fact that, I love the attitude with the draft, you know what I'm saying, I get, at the end of the day, you can't be, this is my thing with the draft. This is because I'm a person who doesn't believe in mock drafts. Like, I don't do them at all.
Yeah.
Right? Because I think it's like fantasy work, right? You don't know, man.
That's why people love it, man. It's like March Madness.
But think about this, though. Think about this. But about this, Rome. Real dude, real Cowboy fan, the real Cowboy fan, right?
Yeah.
If I'm a guy who doesn't do fantasy football, I mean, I don't believe in mock drafts, then technically I'm a type of person who really can't complain about this draft until I see him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if you don't believe in mock drafts anyway, then you get what I mean. So that's why we're me. Like,
well, that's how I gotta go every year. Even
exactly.
If you're a scout,
Exactly. Go ahead, bro.
If you're a scout, you got to see. But I'm a realist. People like mock drafts and stuff because it's a I want to be right society. Mm-hmm. That's what we do. That's what March Madness. That's why March Madness is so big.
The brackets.
I want to be right. My bracket better than yours. I analyze. I know this better than you. So that's all mock drafts are. That's all. I can see something in that player more than what you can see, and I feel like he should go here because he's going to have a better career, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's all it is. But the true beauty of the draft season is this. People always forget how important. I know there's analytics. I know that there's statistics. I know that there's strategy and everything. But people got to realize, man, football is just a game of emotion. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why more than half of the draft class, the people that succeed, are people that are drafted in lower tiers, are because they grown men with alpha personalities that feel like they got overlooked and they want to go out there and prove everybody wrong. And then the people that did get drafted higher sometimes come in and don't work as hard because they feel like they made it. So the draft is an imperfect science, but it's fun to do it. It's just you got to know that your chances of being correct on all of the draft picks, because it'll be a year like this one where most of the people was like, our draft look trash, where our draft picks will take off. And then there's years where we take somebody high and it's like, it's on. He about to be next level.
And, Rome, you also got to think about it like this. You can't – people like to judge drafts in the first-year sphere.
Yeah.
Realistically, the only players that technically have to be good year one are first-round picks.
Maybe second round.
But I'm just saying, that's only because of how much second-round picks make right now. But if you just take the money away, right? The expectation is first-round picks should be ready to play right now. Second-round picks are guys that can kind of challenge for playing time.
You would be happy if your second-round pick can start, usually. Exactly. You just be happy, but it ain't a given.
Exactly. But the expectation is what? Your first-round pick is playing.
Need to start. Usually you take them, unless you're taking a young quarterback and you doing the whole, I'm going to sit him for a year. Yeah, usually you want him to start. You take a defender, you want him on the field. A lineman, you want him playing. So you're right.
So that's why I always tell people, like, to judge a draft class, like, honestly, this is 2022, right? I believe realistically you can only judge 2018. You can judge – that's the earliest draft class you can judge and be like, was that a good draft class? Because a third-round pick is typically not ready. It's typically not ready to play year one, no matter who they are. You know what I'm saying? There's only – like, think about this. How many Daks are there? Not very many. Not very many. So it's like, that's why I tell people, like, when you're talking about a draft class, you got to really look at the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? I know we as you say, the society, we like to microwave stuff. We like to feel like we got an A. We like to feel like you got an A, but it's like it doesn't matter if you got an A on a driving test if you don't actually know how to drive. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, we got an A on a written driving test, but when you actually put them on the field, nobody knew what they were doing. So that's why I just say, like, man, just the real question is this. Look at the positions in the draft. Did you meet those needs? Because that's a question you can ask.
Yeah.
If you came out of 2021, you needed a what? After free agency, you got to say pretty much out of free agency. You needed an offensive guard, offensive tackle, wide receiver. You need a defensive end. Need a linebacker. Ramona, no. Not even talking about player. And you can talk about player a little bit because I know you did a lot of coverage on player. Did we meet the needs, man? 2021, we had some holes. 2022, did we fix them?
I feel like they think they already had their linebacker in-house. If you remember back when they did the little owners meetings thing and Stephen Jones had a whole bunch of quotes that annoyed me. But one of the things, I always pay attention to what he's saying because he tell on himself a lot. And when they asked about
and the names that he drops.
Yeah. And when he highlighted Jabril Cox, that was just not odd to me. It was just eye-opening, like, oh, you really, really have faith that, like, in your mind, that's not a need for you. And I'm not saying that Jabril Cox isn't going to ball. I like Jabril Cox a lot. He flashed a little bit last year in the Giants game, and then he unfortunately got hurt.
I like the Stormy kid.
But I just feel like that's what Stephen Jones was telling himself. He was like, now they picked up some insurance. It's like, all right, Jabril, you got your year audition. But we got Damone Clark. I think that's how you say his name.
Yeah.
If things don't work out, it'll be Damone and Parsons. You see what I'm saying?
And also, you also got the kid, the story. You also got that boy Story. I forget his last name from.
Story Jackson.
Yeah, I like him. And like.
And you got Hansford.
Yeah.
We got some UDFA. That I think the irony is, Cowboys they have good scouting department, and they really do strategize on using these young players.
Yeah.
Story Jackson looks amazing for what he did at Liberty. I can't even lie.
And I'm gonna tell you something I like about Story is, like, a lot of people don't know he played because people be like, oh, he played at a small school. Well, he actually played at a smaller school before he went to Liberty. You know what I'm saying? He was at a smaller school. So he transferred. And I'm gonna tell you something, Rome. If you were a young player coming into the league and you didn't get drafted, you actually want to play for the Dallas Cowboys. Because if you're an undrafted player, you're actually going to get action in Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? Another team, they're not even going to look at you. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying that's a good thing. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. But
That's
when
just
you
what we
have
do, though.
that,
That's how we do business.
yeah, but when you do have that building, when you do have that mindset, it does give you the opportunity to find some diamonds in the rough. You know what I'm saying? Like, remember back, like, I don't want to ask you. I'm 39. How old is you, Ron?
I'm 39 too.
Okay, so bam. When we was going to college, bruh, or not even say college, when we was in high school, bruh, freshmen, if you was on varsity, you was ridiculous. Because at my high school, if you was freshman and you was ridiculous, they still I'm about to use my cuss word. They still put your ass on freshman team. On the principle. You know what I mean? On the principle of who you are and your age, you still didn't play VAR. One thing about Dallas is they were one of those city schools, because I didn't live in the city. They were them city schools that let them fast freshmen go out there and play. You know what I'm saying? And they had all these advantages, and people be like, what is Long Beach Poly doing that nobody else is doing? Well, Long Beach Poly is saying, bruh, if you're faster than everybody else, you're going to play. So that's why they, that's not a personal example. That's how they built their program. Like, they didn't give a damn how old you was. If you was ninth grade and you was faster than that senior, you was going to play. And that's what drove a lot of kids to go to their program. Now, Cowboys, I think that's obviously, if you're a UDFA, like I said, you have to feel some type of way because this is an organization. Now obviously it's one to say if this is going to be good play or not, but if you're the actual player, you got to kind of love that, man, because, Cowboys is definitely one of them organizations that's going to give you some opportunity.
I think it just depends on the slot that you fall in under UDFA. Like, if I was a receiver, you got an uphill battle.
Hell yeah.
So if you're a receiver, it's just hard. It's not even that you might not be a good player. You know what I'm saying? We got some pretty decent UDFAs that probably will land on other teams and play. They're just, they're just happen to be on our team right now. We got players on our team that ain't even sniffed at getting a pass on at them. Vasher ain't. No one's thinking about Vasher. No one's thinking about Simi Fuhoku. Then you got people like Noah Brown, who I don't know who he got dirt on, but he ain't going nowhere. So,
hey, think about this. Noah Brown's been on the team 5 years. Do you know that he's only been at 3 training camps? He's actually gotten 3 1-year contracts, right? We had his rookie deal, then he had 2 1-year deals. And in that time, he missed 2 training camps and never got
Noah
cut.
Brown.
And never got cut.
He's Noah Brown. Someone has to come in and be like, I'm gonna be Noah Brown's like, I do the dirty work. I don't need no balls thrown for me and nothing. I'm here to block. I'm here to play my position. I ain't gonna speak up. Like, he's found a role. He's like the offensive CJ Goodwin. I'm gonna just play my position. And although CJ Goodwin is really good at special teams, my point is, he's found his role. And if you're a UDFA and you don't have the magical opportunity of what Dak won the UDFA, but let's use Tony Romo. You know what I'm saying? He found a sponsor. As in Sean Payton was like, nah, this is my guy. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So he was going to push him through. You got to either find a sponsor on the team, somebody that got super faith in you, or you got to be in the perfect place. Story Jackson, that got Hansford. Damone Clark is hurt, but I'm just saying, if you're a young linebacker and you look at it,
I feel like they're gonna try to make that boy play.
You don't gotta look at Jabril Cox and say, I gotta beat him. Obviously, you don't gotta worry about Micah Parsons and nothing like that. You don't even gotta look at LVE. All you gotta do is say, all right, who I gotta beat? Can I beat Gifford out? Can I beat, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're reachable guys. There are reachable guys that
can I beat them out. And then once I beat them out, I'm young. I got to just wait for my opportunity.
Yep. Opportunity and leverage, because then you also, one thing about the Cowboys is an older veteran with an old contract is now someone who is a liability to the Cowboys, because we've known that.
Because LVE, he's not protected by
nothing.
What is it? Well, like 2 years ago, they'd been like, they still would have been thinking, what's his upside? Because I saw him in 2018. 2 years ago, you still lying to yourself. And I'm not trying to slight LVE. He was serviceable, if anything, last year. So I'm not hating on him. I'm just saying, from the perspective of a person like a Story Jackson or younger linebacker in general that's trying to make this squad, you just looking at him like food. Like, look, man, when Cam start, I just need to be better than him.
Yep.
because your contract, you ain't beholden to nothing.
Yeah. And think
He
about
could
this.
get
And think
cut
about this,
and
Rome.
go ahead.
Think about this. Like you know what the word delta in business. Like the delta is the difference between the two things. Like what's the delta between a Mercedes and a BMW? Probably leather seats. You know what I'm saying? So when in Cowboys, like a lot of times you don't even really got to be better than them, bro. Like really, all you have to really think about is like because my thing is like if I'm Dalton Schultz, like I'm not even I'm gonna pause this real quick because I got Michael Gallup up real quick. Just so I can switch the picture. When do you think Michael Gallup? I think he starts on PUB. That means he's not available till week 6. When do you think Michael Gallup plays? Just so I can get his picture off here.
Probably about week 8.
Okay, so we on the same page. Okay.
Just because the only way, if we didn't, it would have to take a spree of injuries to the young dudes we got. Like it had to be like, yo, we're pressing. The season's getting out of hand. We only won 2 games in 7 weeks. Like where they would be trying to press the, you know what I'm saying? It would have to be an emergency break in case of emergency. We rushing Michael Gallup back, which I don't think is going to happen at all. So they're going to let him fully heal, and they're going to bring him back. I think, like you said, they'll ramp it up to where after that first 6 weeks, they'll say he's eligible to play. The Cowboys never play somebody when they're eligible.
Yeah.
They'll say he's eligible, then they'll work him out for 2 weeks, and then they'll bring him back.
Facts. And also think about this, Rome. If you go to the car lot and you buy a car that is used, you are expected to be okay with whatever comes with that car when it drives off the lot, right? Because you knew when it was used. If the Cowboys gave this contract with Michael Gallup, you can then not turn around and pressure him to play. That's not fair. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it would be stupid business though.
It would be because you're pissing on your own fruit tree. You know what I'm saying? Like you did all this. Go ahead.
No, you wouldn't do that. You let my man because
listen, Rum, some people think that we're being negative when we say that he's not going to play to week 6. Like some people think like
that's not even negativity. And I'm not a physician.
Or they think we're hating. They think we hating. Yeah.
No, I want him to heal right. I'm not playing no games. Don't come back too early and then now you're going again.
Yes, Bryant, 2015.
Take your time. I want the Michael Gallup. Look, ACLs don't do what they used to do.
No, they don't.
Some people come back faster and stronger and like. So Adrian it's not Peterson. That, but let the doctors do their work. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Take your time. So when we get Michael Gallup back, it'll be almost like if you're a car guy, like a nitro boost. Like let's just say we rolling. You feel me? Mm-hmm. It's almost like we pulled off a midseason trade at that point, bringing it, and we got whoever we got for like a 5th round pick in the middle of the year. You bring back a Michael Gallup that's chomping at the bit, and all if he's
that's
a
like
competitor,
that's like a free agent move, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, Rome, they gonna sell that. Rome, I can already see. Hey, listen to me. I'm gonna tell y'all this right here. My boy Rome gonna call it first, cause what he's saying is making goddamn sense. I'm gonna just do the whole setup though. Cowboys gonna be rolling. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be like, what are we going to do for free agency? I mean, right before the trade deadline, everybody's getting big players. What are we going to do? What are we going to do, Rome? And then all of nowhere, who's going to come out with a cape on their back? Michael Gallup. And what are they going to sell us, Rome? Tell us, Rome. What is Jerry Jones going to sell us?
They're going to just tell us how he's in the best shape. He's feeling great. But I will say this, though. The best thing that can happen for Michael Gallup is for Tolbert to come out balling. Because if Tolbert comes out, I like competition, and this is a negative competition. I want all of our.
I like the C word too.
We got some dogs. I feel like at our receiver position different than we had before. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Like we got some talkers. James Washington's a talker. Go back and do your research. He liked to talk. He liked to talk a little trash. Tolbert's a trash talker too. You feel me? I feel like they're going to rub off. CeeDee Lamb's kind of a show off. I don't know if he's a talker too. I saw how he got into it at the Patriots game. So I'm liking this more of an attitude.
He's an after the fact talker though. Because hey, we come on,
no,
man.
Difference.
We there you go, Ron. Because we got our gang, we got our people. We know when it's a fight.
But you know how sometimes you assimilate to the if 4 out of the 5 is upfront talkers, we're gonna show and prove. And you kind of was an after the fact talker. Now that you got your new crew, and you supposed to be the leader, he gonna have to show more alpha tendencies, or he gonna get ran over. Now, I don't think that that's gonna be a problem. I've really, really got high hopes for CeeDee Lamb. It's not like I'm not just saying that because I feel like we ain't got nothing else. Like, you go back and look at CeeDee Lamb coming out. You look at some of the plays I've seen CeeDee Lamb make in the Cowboys uniform. Like, I don't know why. Like, Cowboys is the only fan base I know we self-hating. Like I said this about 2 weeks ago on Twitter. I said this is the only fan base I know. We only give credit to 2 players without any doubt. Everyone else has got doubt. That's Micah Parsons and Zach Martin. Everyone else on this roster is debatable.
Hold up.
But any other fan base?
Hold on. Let me pause for a minute on that one. Hold on. You're right. Go ahead. Go back.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Like,
you're absolutely right.
Them the players you can roll out, because you can roll out Ty Smith, Hall of Famer, first ballot right now.
They gonna say something. Hell nah. They gonna say nope.
They gonna say nah. He got injury issues. We split down the middle on Dak. Shall I say Zeke? It's unfortunate. Like, we the only fan base I know that don't celebrate the players that would go to other teams and people. I can prove my point, right? Look at the players we lost last year, right? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing. Amari Cooper.
Yeah, look at
Connor Williams.
Before last year, I argue with other fan bases all the time. Before last year, all the players that was on our team, no one knew their name. No one talked about them, but they was closet fans. This is how you know the Cowboys got way better players than you think. I've watched Lyle Collins be touted as an all-pro tackle this offseason. They be like, "Oh, dude, the Cowboys lost Lyle Collins. He is all world." I'm like, hold on, what happened? Because I didn't hear this last year. I've heard them say they lost a solid guard in Connor Williams. I've heard them say that we lost one of the best pass rushing talents in the league, Randy Gregory. Yo, I ain't never heard the national media bring up Randy Gregory all last year.
Facts. I'm gonna be honest with you.
We lost
I'm gonna keep it real with you, Ron. I think. I mean, and Randy Gregory is actually my little brother's former roommate at Arizona Western. They both went to Arizona Western, a JUCO out in Arizona. And I'm going to be honest with you, man. I think the contract that we gave Randy Gregory made him more desirable to the league. Because, like, Randy Gregory, and Randy is my dog. Like, that's my dog.
Yeah.
But Randy Gregory kind of got like an NBA contract where it was like Kyle Lowry. Like when I Googled Kyle Lowry, and I found out he was like the 4th highest paid person in eBay, I had to sit down for a minute. I was like, how the hell did that happen? Like, where was I at when Kyle Lowry was the 4th best player in basketball?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I think that contract that we gave kind of highlighted that because I'm going to keep it real, and Randy's my dog, but I actually predicted that the Cowboys weren't even going to give him because it didn't what he did. It didn't warrant it. Like, my thing is this: that
was that thing you said earlier, bro. They're hell bent on proving themselves right. Pride comes before the fall, and it's not that Randy's not a great player. That's not the slight I'm saying. I'm saying that because he's wearing another jersey now that his powers are being touted higher than when he was with us.
Absolutely. Randy
Gregory I hope he goes on to have a great career. I don't got no hate for him at all. I was just making that point of, everyone that leaves, it just validates what I argue every day. Because right now I'm doing it again for new players. I'm telling people, we got Oso Odigizua. Don't sleep. Yep. We got other players that are going to play great this year. I feel like Dante Fowler's going to have a resurgence. I really, really do. Because there's a real thing about playing on a bad franchise that ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? It does affect your effort week to week. It just do. You know what I'm saying? But I'm bigging up certain players on our team. Like, yo, I'm not saying they're going to be all pro.
Dallas is turning into a place where people can go free agent, especially on that defensive line.
Look at Robert Quinn.
Exactly. Like, in the back of his mind, he has to know that a 31-year-old Robert Quinn came to Dallas and left with like $65 million.
Bro, Robert Quinn needs much more money.
Like, bro, the amount of money Robert Quinn has made in the NFL is 2 people who have made a ridiculous amount of money, Robert Quinn and Kirk Cousins. Go look at how much money Kirk Cousins has made.
Robert Quinn's still getting busy, though.
Yeah, he is, but I'm just saying.
I'll give him that. I will give him that.
But he had a resurgence when he came to Dallas, though.
we are the reason he got reinvigorated.
And we the reason why he got paid by Chicago. Well,
Mm-hmm.
DeMarco Lawrence.
Chicago
DeMarco Lawrence
hasn't reaped any winning dividends, but he had like 17 sacks last year, so he's still balling.
Facts.
All I'm saying is this: say Dante Fowler come out next year and have 8 sacks, right?
Somebody's gonna.
Most people say that's a mediocre year. It's absolutely possible because of his talent. It's absolutely possible, but sometimes your sacks can happen because now you're on a real D line. You're not by yourself.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So when you got Micah rushing off the edge or coming up a beat gap or something like that, and they trying to shade and shift and switch off on stunts, and now you find yourself, unlike in Atlanta, all you had was Grady Jerry with you. Unlike in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying, the right stunt might free you up. And now you just happen to stumble into 8 sacks, which might be an average season for most. But if you get 8 sacks, we can't say that Randy ever did that in the season. So we going to lose sleep.
Yeah, and think about this too, man. If you look at our schedule, I think that, which I have at the bottom, we have more teams that are going to try to run the ball. So this year, I'm not trying to stunt anybody's growth, but I don't think this year is going to be about sacks. You know what I'm saying? Because if you look at the quarterbacks, I mean, the running backs, you have Fournette week 1, you have Joe Mixon, you have Saquon Barkley, you have Antonio Gibson, you have Cam Akers. Then right after that, you got the boy. What's that boy? I always forget Philadelphia's running back. Why do I always forget Philadelphia's running back?
See, Philly's special because they got like 3 or 4 running backs. They're gonna go from Boston Scott to Miles Sanders to Jordan Howard to. They got a lot of. They like a hodgepodge of you know what I'm saying, running backs. But to your point, that plays into our first round, our second round picks' hands. Because they said if Sam Williams can do anything right now, the thing that he'll do easiest is set the edge.
Ooh.
Sam Williams is 260 easy.
Set the
very
edge. Just for the people that don't know, just break it down. Break it down for the little people in the back.
Well, no, he's 260, very athletic, and they said out of rookie minicamp, and I know it's just rookie minicamp, shorts and T-shirts and helmets. I get
everybody's in shorts and T-shirts, so if we're going to believe what everybody else say, we can believe what we say. You know what I'm saying?
But what he did in college was he was a baby version of Tank. That's what he did. You know what I'm saying?
And DeMarcus Lawrence is a ridiculous run stopper.
If you could be a baby version of Tank, because and they say that he got misused at Ole Miss because they would bump him inside a lot because I think they ran a 3-4. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't a traditional edge.
Now he's going up against 320-pound wide guards instead of running against 315-pound tall tackles. They could probably beat off the outside.
But what he can do, if you go back and watch some of his tape, and look, I'm not the tape guru, but I've tried to watch our draft picks and see what they got, like see what their best attribute is. Sam Williams has two major pass rush moves in this tool set. He has an amazing first step. That's his move. I'm going to come off the line faster than you, because it's just my athleticism. And he'll set you up with coming off the ball so fast with one swift move to the inside. That's how he beat Charles Cross. That's his move.
I would say if that's the film, if you're trying to watch some film on D, because you want to be called D now.
It's confusing.
On D Williams, that's definitely the.
But whatever you prefer, I'm gonna get with it.
That's definitely. But hey, man, I got my boy Zeke up here, man, and it's a lot of. I'm gonna tell you, man. You made a video, man. I like referencing people's content because that lets me know they working. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate you.
And you made a video. I like when people make a video and I feel like they stole it out of my head. Because for real, man. Because like my boy made a video and it started off just like this. I call myself the Kanye West of Cowboy Talk, right? And my boy went real Kanye West on, because I did a video last week. I said before y'all start watching this video, I'm gonna tell y'all now I'm about to say something positive about the Eagles. So if you want to turn it off, go ahead and knock yourself out. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want nobody cussing me out of my inbox. You know what I'm saying? But you said something so gangster, bro, and I just loved it, bro. It was just so gangster. Hold on, let me see if I got my stuff up real quick. Hold on, Rook.
Got it. He bangs across the goal line. Touchdown.
Hold it real quick.
Zeke Elliott walked it.
I had to give a little. It took my other computer a couple minutes to get wound up.
It's all good.
But man, he said something. He said, man, Zeke put a video out of him working out, and all y'all get mad about it.
Yeah, no.
Hey, bro, I'm thinking in my head, bro, that is so West Coast Cowboy, bro. Like, but go break that. Tell me about. Man, is we running the ball this year, and why are everybody all mad at Ezekiel Elliott right now, and why do people find it has Zeke fallen off? I just want to ask you a question. Do you believe Zeke is falling off, and what do you think? What are you expecting from him in 2022?
Zeke is not falling off. Zeke was hurt last year, and people got to stop not acknowledging Cowboys injuries. Dak was hurt last year.
Facts. Hey, repeat that. Okay. Rewind that. Rewind that.
I'm just saying, people got to. I know we're self-hating fan base. And when our players don't play like superstars at the perfect moments, you get mad at them and don't acknowledge why they didn't play like superstars.
Hey, Rome, that's why I believe that if you're a Dallas Cowboy, if you're injured, I don't believe that you should play. Because our fan base,
you don't get any kudos.
Exactly. Our fan base, we don't give you kudos for getting hurt and playing. We don't. So it's like, that's why I say Michael Gallup. Michael Gallup, bro, if you play injured and you're not good, the fan base is going to say that you fell off and you're done. So it's just better that you just wait till you healthy.
If Dak would have sat down for 4 weeks and came back playing like earlier in the season, you know what I'm saying? Well, people still would have hated him because he can't run from that. But my point is, it might have been better because trying to play on that calf, he clearly was laboring. He was his launch point on when he was throwing passes, it was stupid. But the shift to Zeke, he was just playing like an Iron Man. And I think Zeke let the fact that he has such another great back in our backfield get to him. He would not take the rest. Not knowing that, I feel like he solidified enough that if Tony Pollard went off when he was gone, first of all, his contract is as big as insurance. He wasn't going nowhere. Like, you're not getting rid of Zeke no matter what anyway because of his contract. But above that, I would think he's built up enough equity that if he gets hurt, he could take 4 or 5 weeks off to heal. That I think it was a meniscus, if I'm not mistaken. PCL, my fault. He should have had he has enough cachet to be like, yo, my PCL messed up. Let me sit down for some weeks. You know, obviously he could play on it because we just watched him do it. But I just feel like it might have helped. We might have been able to lean on Zeke a little bit more when it counted. But he really just pushed through because he a warrior. But my thing with Zeke, he had 2 things going against him last year. Too much offensive line shuffling, not enough continuity, and the injury.
Yep.
But
which is
if you're looking
horrible. We're horrible. That's a horrible combination, bro.
Yeah, you can't. We was playing musical chairs.
Even if listen, Rome, I would give me a bad offensive line, but it's the same 5 guys. Give me that over an offensive line that's changing every.
Now we weren't
week.
moving them around sometimes because of injury. At one point,
which you have to do, but we had suspensions too, and then we had Connor Williams move because he didn't play good. Then you put Connor G there. Then you put Connor G back. Connor Williams back. You did that all in one season. Yeah, you did all that in one season. Right. And all in one season.
Yeah, so it was a lot of in the Raiders game, we literally ran out 2 different offensive linemen in different quarters, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Just to see how, it was like playing that. You can't play the hot hand. It's like trying to run quarterbacks out in different quarters. You can't do it.
Nope.
So on top of that, you know what I'm saying? Of course, we know Zeke was hurt. And what most people need to do with this is you need to set your expectations to reality. Know what you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Because when I go out there and I watch Dak play, I don't expect him to break on an run like Lamar Jackson.
Because he's not doing that.
That's not him.
I've let it go too, Rome. I've let it go.
You know what I'm saying? But
even if it is there, he's not going to do it.
Don't expect Zeke to go out there and play like Christian McCaffrey.
That's not his style. That's not his style.
That's not his game.
No,
but that don't mean that his game ain't ill.
Facts. Think about this. That's not Derrick Henry's game either. You know what I'm saying? Derrick Henry is not about to shake you. He's not shaking nobody.
You a boxing fan?
Yes, I am.
Styles make fights. Let Zeke do his style.
Yeah.
Don't get mad at the contrast. Lean into it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Lean into the fact that, okay, we got Zeke. We got someone that is, first of all, super durable. I know he had his injury. I know it sounds contradictory, but I'm just saying, super durable. Football IQ is through the roof.
Yeah.
That's a big thing. Football IQ is through the roof. You cannot pass protect like that and always pick up the blitzer. If your football IQ, you gotta have snap. Your IQ, you gotta be on point at all points of the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You almost gotta know you're knowing the offense and defense. That means Zeke knows how to read a defense as well as a quarterback, I would think. He probably just can't throw. He just can't throw the ball.
Yeah, I think it was on Hard Knocks. Y'all saw Zeke was sitting in there with the quarterbacks.
Yeah, like I would think his ability to read an offense is as good as most quarterbacks in the NFL.
Yeah, I'm serious. Like, and I know people like
that's a good point. Phenomenal.
They'll say, "Shut up, Zeke make too much money," because that's what people like to throw out there when they don't want to argue. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when you want to really look at the nuance of why Zeke is so important to this team, I can get all right, $18 million is a lot. I get it, but his contract is what it is. I don't run around trying to be an accountant. Because there should be the Cowboys should pay people that are smart enough to figure it out. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I'm not here to be like, yo, Zeke's contract. I'm not a cap.
And the money's already spent, bro. Like the milk is already spilled on the table, bro. Like if you're arguing about his contract, bro, it's too late. It's already signed. The money is already in his bank account.
All money can be moved, however. Whoever the Rams is paying, look, not to be funny, look at even the Eagles.
Nah, the Rams are a better example. The Rams salary, you would think the Rams have salary cap turned off.
I'm just saying, the Carson Wentz contract was supposed to hurt the Eagles. That was last year.
Yeah, and think about the draft capital they gave up to go get him, just to go get him on the team.
I'm just trying to be unbiased. If you pay the right people, that money can get shifted around and made to look like it don't even exist.
Facts.
My point is, stop worrying about the contracts. If the Cowboys wanted to make the money go disappear and they ain't broke, hire the right person.
Yep.
It's talented people out here that can figure that out. So I hate to stress the money because it's an excuse that they want to use, but at the end of the day, y'all billionaires.
Hey, and Roman, I'm going to tell you this right here, too. The Rams won the Super Bowl over the cap last year. So it's like, as much as, like, don't it make it seem like, don't Cowboy fans kind of make it seem like if you're over the cap that, like, you can't play or something? Like at the beginning of the season, they'd be like, okay, Cowboys, you're $15 million over the cap. Yeah, you're not going to be able to play until you get that done. Like, I don't care. You cut some people. Like nothing happens. What happens if you're over the cap? The season still starts. That's what happens.
No, Stephen Jones has broken the fan base. He even got to me.
Programmers.
Whenever I even think about a free agent, the first thing I think about is money. I'm broken. It's not my fault though. It's just I'm predisposed to what my team does. I used to just be the fan that just be like, yo, go get him. I don't care how you do.
Yeah. Now
I literally can't. It's like I see how the sausage is made. Pause. I just can't unsee it. I'm like, yo, I know it's gonna be money involved in this. It's frustrating.
Yeah. Hey, and I'm gonna tell you,
I'll go back to
Go ahead.
I'll go back to Zeke because I don't want to get off of Zeke too much as far as just what he brings to this team. He brings veteran leadership now. That young Zeke thing that everybody wanted to run with earlier in his career has been gone. He's a hard worker. That narrative that Zeke don't work hard. He put out a training video, and I heard he's been training for the last couple of months, by the way.
Zeke has always consistently worked out, though. Like,
3 years ago,
there's never been a time where you could say that Zeke looked like people thought he was fat. Like, there's never been a
that's what I'm saying. It was narrative.
Like, there's never been a time.
Zeke don't care. Zeke, they would say Zeke out here smoking weed. Zeke doing this. Zeke at the weed shop. Zeke, like, it was just all of it was negative, just trying to find ways to downplay him. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But all he showed me lately is I'm putting up the work. I'm not talking about it. I'm being about it. And I respect that. You know
and Zeke, and I'll be honest with you, bro, Zeke has matured too, man. Like, and I don't know if, because I have a really good relationship with Zeke's pops. And, like, you know, part of him maturing or him just being different is because of the situations that have happened. He understands that there's a target on his back, so he can't just be all laughy, Joey happy. And that's a sad thing about it because, like, there are players who can play around and have a good time, and then there's guys like Zeke that knows he bumps into a security guard, he might get sued. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, I literally just bumped into a security guard and I almost got sued. You know what I'm saying? So those types of situations change people. Go ahead, Rome.
Let me because I want. If people take anything from our collab tonight, I want to take this from it. Let's put down some facts. Fact of the matter is this. The Cowboys might have players that get hated on, but the Cowboys got players that been outlasting a lot of people. There's a lot of quarterbacks that came in with Dak Prescott.
Preacher.
I mean, he's looking around right now, and it's just him.
Do I have a witness here?
It's a lot of but we can get back to Zeke. It's a lot of running backs.
Facts.
Todd Gurley released a quote today saying,
"Do I have a witness?"
He said, I watched games last year and I ain't even missed a game. He fully retired.
He's
you see what I'm saying?
Todd is done.
I remember when they were saying, is Zeke as good as Todd Gurley? But you know what Zeke keep doing? He's still here. And there's two numbers I want people to remember that you need to get into your mind. As much as you want to get rid of Zeke and as much as you think it's over for Zeke, 26 and 30.
And 30. Type those in the comment box right now. 26 and 30. Type that in the comment box right now. 26 and 30. Rome, break it down.
Right now, Zeke Elliott is 26 years old. He turned 27, I think, in July.
Okay.
30 is the line of demarcation. That's when they say that's when it's really coming to an end.
Yes, that's 4 years, man. That's a whole contract.
We got at least 4 years. If you want to be the stickler, well, he turned. We got 3 years, which is a football lifetime. Because the average, what is the average time in the NFL?
Man, I'm gonna keep it real, man. Because listen to me, Rome. People when you can't. I hate when people, and you're not doing this, but I hate when people try to compare Ezekiel Elliott to to all the running backs because there are guys that are just different, bro. Like Adrian Peterson, you can't tell me that every running back is like Adrian Peterson. That mother effer is still running, bro.
You want me to tell you who Zeke's comp is, and people gonna call me crazy? It's Frank Gore.
Oh, I like it. Frank Gore retired because he wanted to, not because
they've been trying to retire. Look, it's over now.
And Frank Gore just knocked somebody out. Frank Gore just knocked somebody out 2 weeks ago. on boxing, just knocked somebody out 2 weeks ago.
But my point is they tried to retire Frank Gore for a decade.
And he just kept running.
And he just kept running. So my point is you can keep trying to retire Zeke all you want to as far as just move on from him if you want. Zeke will go somewhere else and get another 8,000 yards. Zeke is the type of back where because of the way he plays, his smarts, his durability, his ability to solve the game, because that's his superpower. If there's a superpower, Zeke is hey, man, we need this lead to stay this lead. All right, I'll salt this clock away. That's Zeke's superpower.
Facts.
I know that don't sound like, because every back can't
Facts.
do it.
Everybody can't do that. Because
every back can't do it.
You got to get positive yards to do that, my guy. You got to get positive yards to do that, my guy. You preach wrong.
Zeke is like, he headhunting in the fourth. That's why I wish our offense.
He's trying to finish you, bro. I call him Manny Rivera. He's trying to finish you, bro.
But if you do this right, that's why people look at it. Like I said, our fan base just want to hate each other. You either gotta like Dak or gotta like Zeke, but you can't like both.
They make you pick between your auntie and your mama. That's what they do.
Strategy. If Dak do his job right and Zeke do his job right, the offense is really humming. Not we need Dak to just get busy, forget Zeke, or we need Zeke to just get busy, forget Dak. No, it's very running. I know you how you feel about running the ball. Running the ball is important because it establishes a physical presence. That's the best quote that the Chargers coach had all last year.
Attitude.
I can't agree with him more because it's not about, we going to come out and we're going to run the ball 15 straight times. No, you can come out and run the ball 4 times early in the game.
Mm-hmm.
But when you run with a purpose.
Facts.
Run with a strategy. Don't just run, hey, I thought
it's first down, we're going to hand the ball off to Zeke.
We just run it 5 times in the first half with no point behind it.
And then think about this. Also, when you run the ball successfully, you earn the right to do what? Run play action, man. Run play action off the runs that you're running, man.
But you got to set up the play action. You got to run a play in the first half that looks like, okay, they just tried to get 5 yards right there. And then you got to run a variation off of that play and a variation off of that play to where they start to bring people down in the box. Because every time they see that formation, they think it's going to be a run.
Exactly.
And then you run the play.
And then you run the play, bro.
But you can't just be like, why we run that run play?
And Rome, tell them, bro. Listen, bro. Tell them, bro. You can't do that with just straight passes. You can't do that, bro. These defenses are not moving unless you're freaking Aaron Rodgers, bro. And I'm gonna tell you, on 65 plays out of the game, Aaron Rodgers is not moving to safety just because he's freaking Aaron Rodgers, bro. These safeties make too much money, bro. Only running the ball can do that, bro. You got me hyped, Rome. My bad. Go ahead.
Let me tell you the best kept secret in sports, bro. Everyone, Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, all of them, when they have success, it's because the balance in the offense comes back.
Look at Tony Romo, 2014, bro. His best season of his
not,
career, 1,800 yards.
Aaron
DeMarco
Rodgers
Murray,
is
bro.
great.
That ain't no freaking coincidence.
But Jones, I think it's Aaron Jones and the other back.
He don't get no credit. Aaron Jones don't get a lot of credit either.
I'm just saying though, they deserve more credit because
hell yeah, they do.
It's not that Aaron Rodgers ain't a beast. He can throw it through a keyhole from 70 yards away. He can.
But it was Aaron Jones that killed us when they came to Dallas with them 3 touchdowns.
Jones provides a balance to keep them that because if we went out there and Aaron Rodgers said, I'm just throwing, even a bad secondary be like, they're not gonna run it all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You
can make it hard on somebody when there's no strategy, but you gotta. I've seen Green Bay do it. Every so-called amazing quarterback. Look at Tom. Tom came in and not only if the GOAT can't tell you how to do things, who can? Tom came in and made sure Tampa, that no risk it, no biscuit thing.
Mm-hmm.
Tom, Leonard Fournette and Ronald Jones and them, if you go back, because Tom is calling a lot of his plays. I don't care what nobody says.
Hell yeah, at this stage. Come on now.
And if Tom's calling a lot of his plays and he's working in a lot of running game, that means that the GOAT, the person that I would think knows offense, especially somebody that ain't mobile, understands the importance of I need some running. I need.
Yes. I like what you said too, because Tom Brady knows I'm not running for 3 yards, so that's not even an option.
But if you think about it,
so I gotta have a run game.
Football is so nuanced that it even gets down to the reason that you run the ball sometimes is because you need to get the ball in the right hash to run the right play. It's a lot of different things that people don't take into account. Now, I'm saying certain plays run better from the left hash to the right hash, middle of the field, etc. You clock management. The running game is important, so I understand why you stress it. I get mad when people don't understand where you're coming from because they think that your predisposed notion is, I just want us to come out there and run the ball 50 times and pass 5.
No.
That's not what you're saying.
No.
You're saying that you're basically you're preaching balance and nobody want to hear it. Run the ball because.
And I'm gonna tell you this, man. Like, and this is what I always tell people. Like, even if you come, like, because there's been times where I've seen teams like, because even if you throw the ball right, if you look at Dak throw the ball 40 times, bro, he's not gonna drop back 40 times. There's gonna be out of those 40 times, probably 20 times where it's actually going to look as if he's trying to run, but it's gonna be disguised pass. So it's like the run game is just one of those things that, and I'm gonna tell you the thing I love about the run game is like football is such a balanced sport, right? It's so balanced that every year, like, bro, if you win the Super Bowl, there's more chance that you will not go to the playoffs the next year versus that you will actually repeat. Where in the NBA, you have a better chance of repeating if you win the year before. You know what I'm saying? The NFL, because of the way salary cap is, bro, winning the Super Bowl also brings highlights that you have a bunch of good players that nobody else knows about. You know what I'm saying? So that brings that heightness. But one thing that I love about running the football, man, and it's running the football almost makes football unfair. It's running the football to a team can be like Steph Curry, bro. Like Steph Curry is unfair. It's unfreaking fair, bro. Like, how can this dude just can shoot from half court? Like, that was unfair when he came in the NBA doing. Like, bro, how do we guard that? Like, there's nothing to guard that. There's nothing to stop a team that is consistently able to get 5 to 4 yards on first downs, man. And
let me paint a picture for you.
Go ahead.
Let me get you hype. Real quick because I know you know your football lore. You remember 2016 preseason when we played Seattle?
Yes.
Now, you remember, obviously, we know Tony got hurt, etc.
Yeah, trying to get to the outside.
I remember one specific play. Well, it was actually 2 or 3 plays where we go into that preseason. And I know it's preseason, but we go into that game and it's like Seattle is Seattle at that time. Like, as far as
you about to talk about the Zeke when Zeke turned up on Cam.
On Cam.
Yeah.
My point is,
he was a rookie too. Rookie.
People forget that football is, at the end of the day, it's a game of will. You want to move a person against their will.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And you remember Oklahoma drill for football.
Hell yeah. Oklahoma drill, maybe. That's how a lot of people quit football because of Oklahoma.
That was like part of, your growth in football. You're going to go through Oklahoma. If you don't like it, you're going to just.
Or you're going to go play basketball.
Exactly. So my point is, that play, it's almost like it was a rite of passage. Zeke hit Cam, and I almost wanted. I felt like Cam wanted to stop the game and shake his hand like,
Facts.
I respect you.
Facts.
I respect you. It was not no love loss. It was just like, oh, because I saw the first play, and if you remember that game, they met again. But I saw Cam try to turn up. This time, he ain't taking him as lightly. And Zeke still met him in the hole with the power. And I just remember, like, it looked like after they locked up or whatever, after the play, it almost looked like they wanted to dab each other up. Like, all right, I respect you, young boy.
Yeah.
And I look at running the ball like that. Like I said, it ain't always about look. See how I want to word this. Deebo Samuel. Let's bring it to these days. You know why everybody like Deebo? Because he's basically a running back in a receiver's body.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And that's not a slight to his receiving catchability or whatever.
But that's just true. That's being true.
They're saying that once he gets the ball,
he turns into a running back.
DBs don't want to tackle him.
Facts.
They're like, oh, here he go. You know what I'm saying? My point is, San Francisco gets to live off of the fact of their reputation precedes them. Mm-hmm. Coming into our playoff game, that's all we heard all week.
They're going to run the ball.
Unfortunately, some of the fans are more ready to meet the challenge than some of our players because we heard from Mike. Mike told on himself, but at least he kept it funky. Yo, they look nervous. You know what I'm saying? And that nervousness come from, it's about to be 60 minutes. Yeah, it's about to be 60 minutes. Whether it's a pass or a run, it's going to be physical. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I'm going to tell you something.
Like,
go ahead.
That was good for us, though. Like, I know it hurt. It pissed me off. Trust me. I went on all kinds of rants. But it's good. It's like we got our lip bloody. Now what we going to do? This offseason is a long-winded version of so what you going to do?
Yeah, San Francisco punched you in the face, bro.
You just got beat up.
And I'm going to tell you one thing I like about how have a guy like Zeke is like, you know, when you play these defenses, man, all these defenses that we play, they all have that alpha dog, big dude on the, you know, we're in county jail and we new on the yard and we got to find the biggest dude in the yard and we got to go punch him in the face so he don't take our sneakers. All right, yeah. Well, that linebacker from Tampa Bay, he's their big dude. So Zeke, we going 44 blast right up the gut and you gonna run right into him. You want to know why? Because we got to set the tone. Because if you don't set the tone, they going to set the tone. Because, listen, bro, somebody's going to set the tone, Rome.
You do that, right? And because even, look, people be underestimating TP. Tony Pollard run hard, too.
Yeah, he do. Let's talk about TP
I've seen
for a little bit.
I've seen him boom a little bit, too. People be underestimating. They think he's just trying to shake people. You come out, you set the tone. Because I'm going to let you just let me into my, something I would love to talk about. I want to talk about the first game, right? Because of how we played the first game last year. You mind if I talk about that?
Heck yeah, man.
Nah.
Tampa Bay, let's go.
The first game, we getting a repeat of last year. You can look at it as like redemption. Now, most people say, okay, Dak going to try to outdo Brady. Lord. I don't see it. I see this first game, both of us is coming out there to run the ball. Both of us.
Facts.
Because Tampa right now, they ain't 100% like they were last year neither.
Yep.
Remember, Godwin tore his joint up too.
Yeah, I forgot about that. That's true.
And crazy Antonio Brown, AB not there no more neither. I know they got Gage, but I'm sorry, I ain't never woke up in the middle of the night like, what are we gonna do with Russell Gage?
Facts.
So no disrespect to him. I guess he could say they feel the same way about James Washington, but that's to my point. We need to get ready for Ronald Jones, and they got new offensive line pieces like we do. They do. They just got Shaq Mason from the Patriots, right?
Yeah.
So what do you do when your offensive line doesn't have the continuity? You don't got your receiving weapons. What do you do?
And there's no way that Tom Brady's coming back to throw 50 passes a game.
So people think that we about to get the fireworks show, and I'm telling everybody right now. The Cowboys is loading up to run the ball earlier in the season because they need to get Tyler Smith comfortable.
Facts.
It's comfortability. It's not that I don't think he's an athletic freak for his size. I looked into him. I was like, I just didn't know about him. Tyler Smith gonna be all right. He's like a mold of clay. I hope that Duke Mayweather, gets his hands on him. But my point is, we're going to run the ball. Tony Pollard, Zeke Elliott, maybe even another young running back we put on this team. I feel like we're going to have another running back after them that we're going to keep on this team too. Because I feel like they're going to all get their work.
To run the ball in a 17-game season, the way these defensive tackles are built,
you
need running backs.
So my point is, most people, the reason why you got me excited.
And that one whole game makes a difference, considering our last game is like, bro, go look at our last two games. Like, our last two games, like, bro, this is not a season where we could be like, okay, we can kind of turn it down. And I'm going to tell you this, since you brought up the season, Rome, our last two games says that I feel like this is – because I feel like our division is going to get better this year. You know what I'm saying? I feel like division.
We should pray that they get better. We should pray that our division makes us work. So when we get to the playoffs, we ready. Tired of the stepping stones. I want to get into our
meaningless
first
games.
Game.
Don't help us. That's a good point because Philadelphia was a meaningless game that
I want
didn't
us to
help
play
us.
Washington like, yo, they came to play today. Yeah,
exactly.
man.
Yeah, hey, that's true. Hey, Rome, you know what? That's a good point, man. Because think about this. Like, I think that losing to Philadelphia last year in a hard-fought game would have been better than beating them the way we did and then having to play San Francisco hungry as hell the very next week.
Yeah, we got punched in the face by Philly. We would have played way different. But see, most people, I'm telling you, it's the.
That's why I really wanted to play on the road. I wanted to go on the road.
But you're right. You're right. It's just about. I told you, football's an emotional swing sport. We went into that because of the way we beat Philly. We went into that game too cocky.
We
had no right to be cocky neither because we just stumbled through the last 5 weeks. We had no right to be cocky. But
we went into a fight. And we went into a fight thinking we was gonna fight Floyd Mayweather, like finesse, like he gonna dance around. It's gonna be more showmanship. We're gonna put on a show. And we got in there with a young Canelo. You know what I'm saying? Not Canelo that just did that funny stuff a couple weeks ago. No, not if you know.
No.
I'm talking about young Canelo before he fought.
Great example. Canelo got too cocky.
Canelo,
I watched that fight. If Canelo went in there focused like he will the next time, if they get this rematch popping, he will beat that boy up. Canelo is a tactician, but I saw in the fight a couple of times he was taking that boy too lightly, and he lost. And that's what happens. You can't underestimate an opponent. And the Cowboys been spending years being like, man, Washington. Giants ain't balling. Yeah, I hope Dabo had the Giants ready to play too. I like that our schedule sets up that it might be some early season struggle. Let's separate the men
that's
from
true
the
because
boys.
and Cowboy fans might have to accept that. It might have to be like a tattoo. Like 2022, this is what I've been saying. I feel like 2022 is going to be a tattoo. Like it's going to look pretty on paper, but then when it start, it might look a little ugly. But then when you look at the whole thing after a couple weeks, you'll be like, oh, okay, I see it now. I see it now. You know what I'm saying?
Because win-loss can be –
and this might be the season where you want that to happen.
But I want struggle games.
Streaks aren't good for the Cowboys. They're good for business for Jerry, but they're not. Streaks aren't like these like the Cowboys ain't lost a game in 11 games. Like that mess is not good. Like you're absolutely right, bro. Like we need to be going into the final games
to work, man.
fighting.
I
bro.
want every game to be a job. I want us to beat the Giants and Washington and Philly, and I want us to win every game. I do, but the games that we do win. It's not that I want our defense to look bad or nothing. I want it to be a struggle through most of the game. Like, look, put it like this. The Carolina game last year was a nice little struggle in the first half. People forget it.
Yeah, I know. Sam Darnold was running all over us.
We was
quarterback.
You know what, that's why I took pride in that win because you know what? We had to battle we won, but I want people to make us work.
Hey, they were the third-ranked defense when we played them, too. They were the third-ranked defense in football.
Balling.
And nobody gives us credit for that. Nobody gives us credit because of how their season ended. But they were the third-ranked defense, and they were undefeated when we played them. So when people be like, oh, the Cowboys didn't beat anybody, okay, I don't believe that.
We knocked them off their perch, but people don't want to talk about it. I know that.
Like, their season dramatically changed after they played us.
No, we messed up their confidence. I told you, like, football is such a game of confidence. But I'll swing back to that first game, bro. We're going to set the tone for the year. We're literally about to go into a game where everybody thinks it's going to be pass on both sides. And the quarterbacks will pass. But what we really need to focus on, and I was going to talk about this soon, but what we need to focus on is, Tampa ain't coming to pass neither.
No.
They coming to try to break our will. Is we gonna let them? It's gonna be our first good test of physicality. Is we gonna show up? Like I said, after last season, it's been the longest. What you gonna do after you get beat up?
Yeah.
You gonna see him again. What you gonna do?
Yeah.
Now we don't play San Fran unless we meet him in the playoffs, so that's out. But we can look at the Tampa like San Fran, because I feel like you said, I feel like the first game is gonna be physical because of how Tampa's offense is set up right now. Till they get some of their pieces back, they got to fight left-handed. Yeah. And you know what we get to deal with the next week, bro?
The new NFL.
The new NFL, but we get to deal with two players on the field that got chips on their shoulder about the Cowboys.
Facts. Cheeto and La'el Collins.
So they definitely want to punish us. It's in their mind.
And I'm gonna tell you this too. Not even to go to like I think our season's kind of crazy too, because it's like if you're looking at, I like to use the NBA as an analogy, but like if you're looking at the schedule, it's like you're gonna play the Lakers in the first round, which is like it's cool if you beat the Lakers, but I'm a Laker fan, so I can legally say this: the Lakers aren't the Lakers. Okay, so if you beat the Lakers, if you beat the Lakers, you can't be like I beat the Lakers, because they ain't really the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? But this new team. This is like the new Grizzlies. You know what I'm saying? This is like the Dallas Mavericks. This like the Dallas might lose to Golden State, but this is the new NFL. This is the new NBA. So I'm gonna be actually gonna say this wrong. I actually think beating Cincinnati is more important than beating Tampa Bay, because because Cincinnati is the new NFL. That's what you're gonna have to deal with for the next 5 to 10 years, bruh.
Let me hype you up one time. Because of how we look, you want to get comfortability for Tyler Smith. You want to get some easy opportunities for Jalen Tolbert. You just do. How do you do that? Like you said, with play action. But play action is born off of running the ball.
Facts.
We're going to start the season. Now, this might piss you off. I feel like we're going to start the season more physical. And as our offensive weapons get healthy, Michael Gallup, Jalen Tolbert getting acclimated, we are going to open it up some more. Yeah. But that's not necessarily a negative thing. That is the new NFL. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't.
It's Kawhi. I call it Kawhi Leonard basketball. It's Kawhi Leonard football.
It's almost impossible.
It's boring, but it's effective.
Yeah, you can't just run your way, I feel like, to a chip no more. The way the rules are set up, eventually it'll catch up to you. So us being able to pass is important. We do need to be able to have the ability, though. It's time to light it up. We can throw with you.
Facts.
But I do feel like that hopefully Kellen keeps his eyes open when we have success with running the ball earlier in the year. Don't forget about it. Because Cincinnati's going to come out there to try and light us up. They want to come out there and throw the ball over the field, right?
And Jamar Chase is going to try to come.
We're going to come out there and try to take the air out the ball.
Hey, Rome, I'm just telling you, bro. My biggest thing is I
hope got the weapons to go with Higgins, Chase, and we just can't do it.
But this is the thing, though. This is the thing, though, Rome. This is the thing, though. Bruh, the Cincinnati Bengals, like, I feel like their offense, that is where we were trying, like, bro, that's what I want my offense. You have a dominant young receiver in Chase. People forget about Mixon, but Mixon is a monster. You know what I'm saying? Then you got Joe Burrows. The cool thing about these guys is it allows for one of these guys to not have a good game, right?
But I will say this, though.
Like, one of these guys cannot have a good game, and the other guys can compensate for that. So that's why I'm saying, bro, like, to me, since, like, obviously they haven't won anything. But that Cincinnati Bengals game, bro, and looking into the future of the Cowboys and what we're trying to do. Because I'm going to just be honest with you, Rome. Like, Dak is older than Joe Burrow. Zeke is older than Mixon. And CeeDee Lamb is older than Jamar Chase. You feel me? So, you get what I mean? Like, these are the younger stars versus the older stars. Go ahead.
I like it, though. I like that. Put like this.
You gangster with it. You listen to a bunch of Tupac over there. Where you at, though?
I'm just older,
listen to all that damn Tupac. Come on, man.
It's like this, man. It's not just personal for their side. It's personal for our side, too. Because you got players that watched our players leave and go have success. Players is bitter that Cheeto might be bitter at the Cowboys for not believing in them, Players is bitter to watch Cheeto go do something that they ain't get a chance to do yet. You see what I'm saying? The emotional pendulum swings both sides. Yeah. Lyle Collins had a little bit of light smoke for the Cowboys when he left. You know what I'm saying? That's fine. But Lyle, you great till you look across from you in 11s over there.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get your taste too. You can say your new bodyguards in town and be all extra pro Bengal, but Joe Burrow, like everyone else, everything is great until you get moved off your spot.
Hey, they say everybody know their game plan to get punched in the face.
That's what I'm saying. So let's never forget as Cowboys fans, because I know we love to hate on ourselves because we just can't help it. Let's never forget that we got one of the best secret weapons in the league, and he ain't going nowhere. And that's Micah. He the X factor in every game.
Yeah.
Because if he turned up right, I saw him literally turn up and win some games last year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So we're gonna have to talk about that too, though, man, because I also seen Micah Parsons, man, give his heart out and get 2.5 sacks, damn near 7 tackles and strip sack, and then I saw my offense score 9 freaking points versus the Kansas City Chiefs, man. Like, that's man, like, bro.
But let's go back to
like you can't. Like, your lady can't be going to the grocery store.
Say, you know what?
Leave it buying. Go ahead.
Why didn't they just say TP? Here we go.
That's what. But listen, bro. But listen. The next listen. I want to do another show with you too, man. What's today? Monday.
Although last year Connor Williams would have been. Look, put like this: Chris Jones ain't throwing Tyler Smith around. I tell you that. Tyler Smith could do one thing. Chris Jones, I don't care how big you is. You ain't throwing that big boy around. And you know he ain't throwing around Zach Martin.
Yeah,
so
and I mean
that alone.
And I'm gonna tell you, man, like you said something that I loved at the beginning, and that's this. Like, the Cowboys could just, like, even though Tyler Smith has a hard task in front of him, we are actually built to make his job easy. It's just a matter of, is the Cowboys going to choose to do it or not?
If we don't make him comfortable, because it's all about comfortability. If we don't go out of our way to
offensive line to be comfortable, you do that.
But it's important because we've had a lot of movement. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nothing like letting the offensive line road grade somebody is like when in the NBA right now, like since you brought the NBA, like when somebody hit a deep three. A deep three in the NBA right now is what a dunk would have been to us in the 90s.
Facts.
Or the early 2000s.
Facts.
Okay. That's why last night when I saw Wiggins do that to whatchamacallit, I was like, oh, wow, that felt like old NBA to me.
Body him.
I ain't used to that no more. But my point is,
hey, salute to Luka for jumping too, because in most NBA they not jumping. Luka saw it coming and he still jumped. I'm gonna give you some love on that one. Maybe you shouldn't have though. I don't know.
Don't hate the Luka, but look.
Hey, you know how you say it and it sound all tough, and then you think about it, like, nah, maybe you shouldn't have jumped.
Bro, when the draft first happened, I'm an eternal optimist, man. I try my best to look at the glass half full.
Wait, say that word again.
An eternal optimist. It's forever in me. You know what I'm saying? And I want to ask you this question. I'm going to paint a picture for you. I want to see your answer, all right? You can find this tweet if you're bored. Because it was a tweet I put out right after the draft. I'll try to send it to you.
I do a lot of 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, boo-boos. So
if you're bored, just check.
I might actually find it. Go ahead.
Right when we drafted Tyler Smith, I said, all right, y'all picture this. I said, it's the fourth quarter. I think I said fourth quarter, right? We need 3 yards. We're on the right side of the field. We're driving to score. We're about on the 30, right? It's about 3 to 4 minutes left on the clock. And I said, Dak takes the ball. He hands it to Zeke. Zeke is running behind Tyler Smith and Tyron Smith. But he's running right off Tyler Smith on the inside, and right above Tyler Smith is Jordan Davis, right? And I said, this is the scenario. I said, he hands the ball to Zeke. What happens next?
Man, I would think with all that weight and all that stuff moving, and Zeke is the type of guy who falls forward, I think you get the 3 yards, bro.
And I was this is right after we drafted him, so the whole penalties thing was floating around. Because in my mind, I said, look, He's 6'5",
Bro,
6'6",
you get the 3 yards,
three
bro.
something.
You get the 3
And
yards.
Jordan Davis is what, 330, 340. So I'm that. You think that matchup ain't happening? So in my mind, I wanted to paint a picture, and that tweet went off because people was having fun saying, you had the Eagles fans coming there like Jordan Davis destroys Tyler Smith. And I was like, I don't quite know. Y'all need to go do y'all research. Because if anything that I've seen from that young boy, he nasty. Like, physically nasty. Like, he's a little angry dude. Like, he real jovial when he's talking. But Tyler Smith got some viciousness to him.
And then my thing, and we're gonna wrap it up after we get up out of this.
No question.
But my thing is this, man. Is he good enough so that my center doesn't have to help? Because if my center, that right there is, because see, the thing about Connor Williams, a lot of people don't realize is Connor Williams was not only was he not really good, but he was kind of detriment to the people around him. Like, I always give this example, like if I take my son, my oldest son, he's 7, to an all glass diamond store, like with glass and everything, I could tell him, sit your butt right there. He's gonna sit his butt. And he's not gonna move, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as I pair him up with my baby son, there's no way in hell I'm taking them into a glass store and telling them to sit there. Because they're going to break something. They're going to break something. Like, individually, they're okay. You know what I mean? They're okay by themselves. Individually, they're okay. But when you put them together, like, you can't have Connor Williams and Tyler Baez. Like, you can't do that. Like, you know what I mean? You can't do that, bro.
I think Tyler Smith is going to be fine because his biggest attribute, I already seen a picture of him talking to him. He got a big brother that's going to teach him the ropes. Ty Smith might not talk to us a lot, but I like seeing him look like he's going to take him under his wing. Teach him. You feel me?
Yeah, and Tyler, and also, if I'm Tyron Smith, you have an advantage of teaching him too, because you want him to stay a guard and not attack.
No question. Because if I'm Ty Smith, I'm like, nah, man, I want one more little contract.
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
Nah,
I want you. Hey, Lewis,
if he can stay on the field, I won't lose no sleep.
Yeah.
Ty Smith can play. He just be getting nicked.
Hey, Ron, I like the way you think, though, because, listen, that's the exact same thing I was thinking. I was like, well, people are like, well, why would Tyron Smith? Because, bruh, you got to think, if Tyler Smith plays better, that means that's going to help Tyron Smith play better and longer. Tyron Smith is not going to play longer because of that.
Why do people want to push Tyron Smith out the door?
Because they mad he don't play 17 games. That's why. But listen, as long as you play when I need you to play, that's the only thing I ask. Listen, Rome, I don't care if you pay on the first, as long as when I look at my rent is paid. That's the only thing you know what I'm saying? As you get older, you stop tripping on little stuff.
You know what's going to get Beatrice right? And I know you're going to wrap it up. That center out of Nebraska.
Are you going back to the C word? Competition.
Yo, the Cowboys love to drop nuggets in the media. And I've been watching every real reporter. Matt Farnock is the first person in the building and the last one out. I think it's Farniak. I know I'm mispronouncing his name, but the center from Nebraska. They're saying that he's working. And on top of that, we took a center that should have been drafted, Alec Lindstrom, another UDFA from Boston College. I
like him.
He's good enough to probably take Beatrice's job right now.
And think about this, Rome. If you're Tyler Baez, you got to be like, hey, man, I was a 5th-round pick, and I was barely good, and they gave me the job, so I can't just be running around here thinking.
He got to.
You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have no leverage, bro. Like Tyler Baez, listen to me, Cowboy Nation, go ahead.
He cannot get the team.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say, bro. If you look up here and Tyler Baez is not on this team, you should not be surprised. Like, you wouldn't be surprised.
The season with Farnock has a leg up because he knows the offense. But Lindstrom can mess around and be our backup center, and Tyler Beatrice could be either. Well, we're not going to carry 3 centers, and he's not going to go to the practice squad, so he can mess around and not be on the team. Now I know I'm giving high praise
or a guy that you trade for something, because you know they love traded players for picks. We are one of the teams that love doing that.
Man, look, I love all the competition that is on the horizon for the right positions. Like, I don't want competition. Like, if you solidify, just work on your craft. Because, put it like this, I don't think that there's no competition in our safety room. I feel like Malik Hooker and
Malik Hooker as a sponsor.
And Curse about to be balling.
Malik Hooker has a sponsor. J-Ron Curse does not. The reason why I know is because Malik Hooker got signed with no drama, and J-Ron Curse had to damn near unfollow the Dallas Cowboys to get his contract.
Bro,
and we all know J-Ron Curse should have been a Pro Bowler last year.
Deal? You know who got Curse's deal? The one person that you would say is kind of it's all because of Quinn, man. I'm pretty sure Quinn said, "Yo, man,"
because things were getting nasty with J-Ron Curse, bro.
Because it helps Quinn's defense. He probably, can y'all stop playing before I gotta can y'all sign my dude and stop playing because y'all gonna have me rolling out here with one of these bargain basement safeties and this ain't gonna work right.
Facts.
But luckily, we got Curse. You know what I'm saying? But I brought that up to just because of the position battles. Some of these positions I'm more solidified, but yeah, offensive line, everyone needs to work because another battle I heard that's going to be going down. Everybody forgot about Josh Ball because it's like he left. But we got a battle for swing tackle, which is important. As much as this ain't swing tackle on a regular team. This swing tackle on a team with, like you said, Ty Smith will miss a game or two. So if we go on the young swing tackle route, I need to see Waletzko and Josh Ball.
Because they're going to play.
Something out of one of them.
They're going to play at some point this year.
I can't ignore it. So I got to pay attention to them in camp. Like, can y'all really play? Because when y'all hit the field, almost guaranteed, knock on wood, I don't want Ty Smith to get hurt.
Vegas says that you're going to play. That's a great point. Vegas says you're going to play.
And I don't want y'all to get beat like a drum. Now my quarterback got sacked 8 times. Right. So, but last time we everybody remember Chaz Green. It was a long afternoon in Atlanta.
I was there too. Me and Big Games was there for that game.
So that's what I'm saying. Like,
I feel like the Cowboys kind of abandoned him too, man. Like, bro,
it was wow.
Whatever your offensive line,
you got to at least start the chip. They just
chip or just or this is what you know what you could also do. Take the kid out, bro.
Yeah, it was bad.
You know what I mean? Like, bro, being a coach. Now that I know that there is a lot of power in just taking a kid off the field for a couple plays.
How you think Dak felt? Y'all gonna do something?
But you get what but you feel what I'm saying, Rome? Like, you could have just simply just benched him. You could have just took him off the field. Hey, bro, you need to come look at something. Come here. Let me holler at you.
Bro, he was getting punished.
And just left.
But I don't think that'll happen to our swing tackles now. I am not speaking that into existence. My point is, Josh Ball been there for a year, and Waletzko apparently has real good upside. Like, he pretty decent. So my point is, that's a camp battle that's substantial because you're right. One of them will play. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Center is substantial.
You're going to play regardless if you're good or not.
Center is substantial. I think the D tackle battle is going to be one for the ages. Mm. Yeah. I feel like Neville Gallimore did not. I think the only person that's really solidified, and this going to sound crazy, is Osa. I think his early season last year, he showed more flashes than every D tackle that we got on the team.
Facts.
So Osa's good. Carlos Watkins is a veteran. So to be honest with you, I know it sounds crazy, but Neville might need to look over his shoulder at Ridgeway.
Yeah, because they're saying Ridgeway is going to be your Bruce Urban replacement. They liked Bruce Urban a lot. Didn't play a lot for the Cowboys, but man, I'm gonna tell you this: if you want to see when our defense changed, is when Bruce Urban went down. That crazy white boy doing that. He was.
No, not Bruce. Brent Urban.
Brent Urban. I'm saying Brent Urban. Yeah.
Yep,
but yeah,
Brent.
You
right though.
We only had him for like 7 games too. You know what I'm saying? But like,
if we didn't have Ridgeway, I would be mad. But I think Ridgeway is going to be. That's the exact comp. Is Brent Urban.
Hey, Rome, let them know where they can find you at, man. And I'm going to ask you on air. I'm going to put you out there on Front Street, man. I want to do another show with you, man. We'll do another show with you, man.
Let's set it up, man. We can definitely figure that out, man.
All right, let them know where they can find you at, man.
I'll be in the crib with my family, man.
Hey,
but y'all can find me on YouTube, Cowboys Fan Talk, and on Twitter. If you want to ask me a question or just holler at me or argue with me, which is what I do mostly on Twitter, it's Cowboys_Fan Talk.
Okay. And hey, man, I'm gonna tell y'all, Rome is one of those guys like me. We're independent, so we have a star on our head, but we don't have one in the back of our back. So it's like we every now and then will say whatever the hell we feel like it. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of y'all got mad when I praised the Eagles, when I said that the Eagles looked improved. Y'all got mad when I did that. Took my whole flag away from me and everything. You know what I'm saying? But it is what I'm still a Cowboy fan. I'm still going to games, even though I think the Eagles did draft fairly well, because I'm just saying, I
tell Eagles fans all the time, y'all improved.
Yeah,
it's just the gap was like this, now it's like this, but you ain't do this.
Yeah, but my thing is, Exactly. And that's the same thing I said, man. But hey, man.
Like, you got closer, but you got,
Facts.
stop saying crazy stuff like N'Kobe Dean better than Micah Parsons, and we can be fine.
No.
But it's cool. Dean gonna be fine. He gonna get ran over by Zeke.
Parsons has earned the right. Parsons has earned the right where you are not able to compare him to a guy that has not played in the NFL. That is disrespect for Michael Parsons. You cannot compare him. It could be the number 1 overall pick. Micah Parsons has done something in the NFL that has only been done once. So you can then not compare that to a guy like, bro, like, he has to get in the NFL and just play first before you can even think he can do what Micah Parsons. And I'm going to be honest with you. Can I say something before I let you go?
Yeah,
N'Kobe Dean may not even start. Let's just be real. N'Kobe Dean or Jordan Davis may not even start.
Impressive for them because they've been bigging him up.
He might not even start, bro. He might not even start.
I think N'Kobe Dean, if he comes in and if he's a poor man's Darius Leonard, they'd be happy.
Yeah.
An undersized tackling machine. But that's a great player. But Michael Parsons is something that I might not have never seen.
We had to play for that.
He ran with Gallup last year on the route. I was confused. I was like, yo, that ain't even normal. Like, you shouldn't be able to just break into I'm gonna run with this receiver.
Facts.
Michael Parsons is special. So I know you want one, Philly, but you can't buy this. This is a 1-of-1.
Exactly. I heard that. Well, Rome, man, I'm gonna let you go, man. Hey, man, I appreciate everybody that's been rocking with us, man. We was on here for an hour and 40 minutes, man. I just appreciate you guys. Everybody that's watching on YouTube, man. Everybody that's watching on Facebook. Everybody that's watching on Twitter, man. I appreciate everybody for rocking tonight, man. We had some great intellectual conversation, man. I absolutely love when I bring people on here who are business-minded because so much of football is just not fandom. It's just not football. It is actually business-minded. And my boy brought an excellent take toward it. So, man, I appreciate you for
coming on the show next time, man. We can do this little mini round table.
Oh, yeah, man. I was actually going to slide that in there, man, because that's what I'm working on.
Tuck, that's my boy.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Tuck crazy and cat piss, man. I be on the phone with Tuck all the time talking all that craziness. You know what I'm saying? They hate Tuck, too, because he said some good stuff about the Eagles, too. So, you know what I'm saying?
Man, you got to speak your mind. Don't if you want somebody to lie to you, then you probably in the wrong place. You're gonna speak what we. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I'm at least tell you how I feel. Facts. And you know I'm always keep it real with you, too. But, hey, man, you guys already know what I say. You already know what it is. Never look down because the stars up.